The pre-show has started.
Hot tiggity.
Woohoo! Here we are again. It's hot.
It is so hot.
It's disgusting.
So hot. That's why we're
Are
dressed
we
for
going to
desert
talk about
fashion.
our medical issues on the show tonight? Because
I mean,
You mean
I'm just having
dehydration?
I'm just having
Headaches?
headaches because of the heat. Yeah,
And
it's
the
just
fact that the Sahara Desert's blowing dust in.
again.
every year.
Oh yeah, every
Yeah,
every
but I don't
year,
remember
but it's
that when I was a
gotten worse.
kid.
Because they didn't know where it came from. They didn't have satellites when we were that young.
They did what? We are not that. I am not that old. I am
So
47
weather
this
satellites
year.
have come a long way since then. We've gained a lot of the X spy satellites for weather now, and
As that's what they want you to believe.
Oh no! Here we go.
but hi, yes, I know. I'm on TV.
Is it really dust from the Sahara, or is
It is
secret?
dust from the Sahara, and it's supposed to hit
How do
really
you know?
hard. Well,
How do you
that's
know?
what-
Who's telling you that?
Satellite-
There's an
How do you
infographic
believe it?
showing Africa
Okay, but
sneezing.
who controls
and
the
air going
satellites,
up.
Jack? Who controls the satellite?
Well, a couple people actually. And if they
I'm
all
just
concur,
saying.
then they're obviously paying each other off. So a lot of money's moving around to tell me that the Sahara is sneezing on Texas for
Just
whatever
saying.
reason is politically reasonable for that to happen, and
Yeah,
why
sure.
you want to. Yeah.
Probably stop before we end up inadvertently attracting QAnon people.
At this
I
moment
will
in time, we
stop.
need to go get our foil hats before we go any further. Luckily, mine's
No
foil
conspiracy
lined
theories.
already. Ugh. But yeah, that's actually so our allergies are going to be terrible, and it's going to
Yeah.
be hazy. Like Houston's going to be
Yeah,
terrible,
it's gross.
and then it's going to hit us too. So
Yeah, that's why the headaches have just been constant. They won't stop until September. That's just how my summers are now.
Hay-
And
permanent hay fever until November. Yeah,
well, the headaches for me, the headaches are because of the heat. My body doesn't handle heat like it did when I was younger, and every
All
year
of-
it gets worse.
they're starting to harvest now the maize and sorghum out here and the corn. So, and that just continues
Yeah.
forever until the ground is dirt, and then it just blows dirt.
Yep. This is the world we live in.
Ugh. Such a great song, though. You want
Just
to
say
continue?
I won't
continue
actually
to
sing
serve?
it because I can't carry a tune in a bucket, but it's been
I
in
mean,
my
that
head
doesn't-
for a
that
while.
shouldn't stop us. We're internet icons at the moment.
Oh, really?
Local internet icons.
Mm-hmm. Legend in your own mind.
Hey,
At least I'm a legend somewhere.
I have I am a legend on EVE Online. I blew up a ship worth of I
Yes,
blew up
you've
a really
told us.
expensive ship that was worth like $30,000 if you were to convert it into
Ooh.
person money. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's my claim to fame in the internet money
Internet money.
and internet money.
Got any NFTs to go with that?
No, I did not buy into that.
Good. I would have
I
lost a
listened to it at
lot of
first
respect
going, that
for
sounds like a scam. Because I
Yeah.
can just right click and save. And then I can
and
post that
thus
on my wall.
the nonsensicalness of all of it.
I'm
yeah.
too much of an internet pirate. I don't like any of the pictures. It's so stupid. That was the
Because
first thing.
The board. Oh, you know what? That's
Yeah.
That is a whole other podcast.
We're not going to redo. We're going to hash out the Bitcoin one. We have a previous
No.
Bitcoin one. It was actually very
Bitcoin.
entertaining for those of you who enjoy that. You should go hit that one up if you're interested. Oh, yes.
We've already got comments. Oh,
Yes, we do.
Rita and Lawrence are already here. Thank you, guys.
Well, the show can now start. Oh,
I guess we're at 8:00. So
Yeah.
we are. Hit the
let's
button.
push button.
Can we find the button?
Texas Steampunk Connection coming to you live from various parts of Texas in our bunkers and airships and whatnot. I am Flavio as usual, and
With me as always is Thax, the gentleman adventurer, and Jack from Steam Chest. And we have Master Blue Stocking. Say hello, guys.
Hey.
So once again, we are here to talk, probably about steampunk, most likely, because that's what this is about. Thank you for listening to the Texas Steampunk Connection.
Good
We had a
evening,
lot of fun
everybody.
just then.
As Flavio said, we're here again Tuesday night. Jack, Thax, and Blue Stocking Rita and Lawrence are already tuned in. Thank you guys.
Oh man.
And it is
Disgusting.
miserable hot. Life in the desert. I'm back home from my whirlwind trip to Indiana and back.
But you went somewhere with water though.
I saw water. Yeah, I crossed water.
You were near water?
How did it smell?
We got rain here last weekend for like 10 minutes.
I mean, that was South Austin. It was not here.
Yeah,
I
it wasn't
saw a
here
cloud.
either. That
I
wasn't
saw
here.
a cloud.
Anyway.
Sorry,
that was it.
Yeah, that was y'all. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook. I'm like, who's getting rain? Because I ain't getting no rain. Yeah, nope. It's just hot and dry and
Miserable.
yeah.
Bleh.
It's
But-
just outside smells like burning, and I don't like that.
Is it supposed to smell like searing flesh? No, probably not.
Oh, that's just me.
So in completely non-steampunk related, the weekend after I got back, this guy knocked on my door Saturday afternoon, some stranger, and I answered the door, which apparently is not what you actually do in this neighborhood. But I answered the door, and he said, "Hey, I just saw a dog get thrown out of a truck
"Oh no!"
down the street from you, and I came to your house because you have a sign on the front of your house. It's one of those, Black Lives Matter and
A sign that shows that you care about something.
all the rules of the house. And so apparently that means, if you need help, you come to my house.
I mean, that's
I mean,
decent
that's-
of you.
Yeah.
I just didn't expect anybody to do that.
You are now a sanctuary.
I guess I got to get used to that. But yeah, down the street there was this little dog hiding under a little SUV,
Oh,
Oh,
and
puppy.
it was hottest time of the day on Saturday afternoon, and the people inside were looking out their windows. What are you doing? What are you doing under my car?
Oh. Like you didn't get shot.
I'm stealing your
Going
cat
after
for
a
the converter,
dog.
lady.
is it your dog? There's a dog under your car. You should take care of that.
So
So
Oh no!
now I have
I
another
see
dog.
tags.
you're keeping this one?
Yeah, she's got so many
Oh.
problems. I can't just give her to somebody
Aw.
who won't take care of her.
Look at that little face.
Oh, she's
What
adorable.
is she?
We
Chihuahua?
think she's a Chihuahua, but people on the internet
Something
said
else.
she was a rat terrier.
Rat terrier? Might be in
rat
the
Yeah,
yeah.
Chihuahua.
dog.
Aw, she's so tiny,
Oh yes, she's very little.
and those eyes are huge. Oh, she's beautiful.
Erica named it Pepita.
Ah, okay.
Very good.
Oh, she's
Approval.
sweet.
And yeah, she just got her name tag. Whoa. Okay. Take it easy, everybody.
Oh. So why did you decide to keep this one?
Well, she's not a puppy. So she's
True.
not tearing up everything in my house.
Yeah. How old is she? Did they think?
Between 3 and 4.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Yeah.
And she was in terrible condition, riddled with fleas.
Oh.
And, She's got a, what do they call that? Her hip
dysplasia.
hip
Oh, the
dysplasia.
dysplasia. Oh, poor baby.
Yeah.
So the fleas are easy to take care of,
Yeah.
and we're getting her vaccinated. And she just had puppies.
Oh,
Was she a puppy mill puppy? Probably.
Maybe, but I mean she was still lactating, and those puppies would not survive without her. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they were already gone. I'd just be guessing.
Yeah. There's no telling what the story is there, but she's safe and she looks pretty comfy.
like, I found it. This is the place.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
She-
Johnny
oh, she got
Stevenson is on.
Her side eye game is strong, by the way. Wow. Good Lord. Yeah, she knows what she's got.
I hope
She's
so.
happy. Yeah.
This is got to be better than wherever it is she came from.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
She didn't have a
yeah.
chip, but even if she did, I don't think we'd give her back.
I mean, yeah, when we got Brax, it was obvious that he was probably 2 to 4 years old. It was obvious he had been owned by somebody, but he wasn't. He was fixed, but he wasn't chipped. Like, well, whoever gave him up was stupid, and they're never getting him back. So yeah, no,
Good.
people make bad decisions, and
Yep.
hopefully someone's there to pick him up and take him home. So
Well, congratulations on your new dog.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Always a big deal.
Yes.
My
Very
other
exciting.
dogs have been feeling jealous and like that they're not getting enough attention anymore.
Yeah,
Feel
I
that.
mean,
Oh, hello, Kitty. Kitty's in. So the whole gang's here. This is great.
game's all here.
So yeah, it's dreadful hot out,
Yep.
and I saw a meme on the internet that says when it's dreadful hot, you have to drink water. No Red Bull, no Kool-Aid, no
Gatorade.
Starbucks, like whatever.
Whatever, internet.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what I'm drinking. Whatever this is.
Oh,
What is that?
Goller.
Goller.
Rosh beer.
Rosh beer.
I don't
How's it-
know. It
Have you
was on
tasted it yet?
sale.
Sounds like you just
$2.
Oh boy.
You're the king of the
Hoity-toity
discount
top
beer.
thing here. I'm like,
It's
Have you
$2
tasted
for the
it
whole
yet?
bottle.
nope. I mean,
Nope. Oh, here
seal's
we
still
go.
there.
Okay, well,
Go for it. I'm gonna grab mine real fast.
And I know, Blue Stocking, you're not feeling that well, so you're staying away from the
Gator.
liquor.
yeah, like I said, headaches. It's just kind of a migraine, kind of tension. Just didn't really know what it wants to do. So, I'm used to it. I've been getting them since I was a teenager.
It doesn't make them any better. I
No,
feel
but it's
bad
just
for
kind of the background noise of my life. So, all right, let's see.
you. Ooh, okay.
Good.
Oh, this is really good.
Oh,
Oh.
At first, it started kind of creamy, but it's wow.
Grainy.
What is this?
Like, are we talking like TV show grainy? Like, need to change it, or like sand grainy?
like a
It's-
lot of
It's a
silty
smoked beer.
Ooh.
smoked.
Ooh. Okay.
Smoked, yeah, like yeah.
Like you
I've
put it in a
never had a
pan
beer
and
like this
you
before.
kind of did this over the grill with it.
Or like liquid smoke.
Maybe.
Toss some liquid
Oh,
smoke
boy.
into the.
I mean, Jack, I know you're familiar with that device that you like put
Ah,
Oh yeah, Matt
a little
loves
fire in, get smoke in, and you can
smoked
smoke
old
your
fashions.
whiskey.
My husband's obsessed
Yeah.
with smoked old fashions now.
they
Yeah,
are
So-
worth it. And I've actually looked at trying to make me a little device for smoking that.
Yeah.
Doing that. just
So
for
this is
that
kind of
very
like
reason.
that, but in a beer.
interesting. Okay,
A bottled beer.
I've never
In a
had a beer
bottled
like
beer,
this
yeah.
before. This is
Were
pretty
there
cool.
more?
Not in the clearance section that I
Okay.
stole this from.
Well, we're gonna look up that brand and we're gonna go see if we can find more. Because I'm gonna wander by the local liquor store and see if I can get some, or if they have some.
I tell you, but I can't read it. Not only is it in German, but it's in a font that's impossible for me to read.
you might
Aw.
also check Central Market if you can't
That
find it.
breaks
at
my
the-
heart because I want to hear you attempt German.
We know.
I can read this. Dollar.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Dollar.
dollar. Yeah, Central Market usually has this because I got that that wine that they were serving at Steampunk November, the heated the warm mulled red wine.
Mm-hmm.
They sell that at Central Market, so I got a bottle of that at Christmas time. So yeah, you might be able to find something like that there. And no, Kitty, I am not adding vodka to my Gatorade. Shh.
I mean, when you're not feeling terrible,
I don't have any Gator or any vodka. I have Jack and I have gin.
I don't know if having Jack
I
or
don't know
gin,
about yeah, gin and Gatorade. I don't.
like especially red Gatorade. No,
Yeah.
like that's a little too.
Mm-mm. It's my favorite flavor.
Maybe
Gatorade.
Frost.
Red
You
is
might
my
be able to
favorite
get away with
flavor.
Gatorade Frost with the gin.
I don't know. I think you're thinking a little too much. Putting a little too much mixology into the
Because
Gatorade.
if you put the gin in there and you put the frost on there, then it's like a snow laden tree, like a winter gin suddenly.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
Inga from
Like
Sweden.
you just hosed down your Christmas tree with fake, styrofoam.
That white stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Suddenly
the
it's just, and then
flocking.
you tried to like just deep throat that to,
Really? Did you have to
just
use
choke
that?
it down, swallow that down.
That is not the
That's
best
exactly
word
how
that
the
you could
pine
have
forest
used.
would taste.
Jack, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
There had to be a better way to phrase that.
What
Sure
are you
there
drinking?
probably
And how long
is.
have you been drinking?
I haven't even popped the top yet.
Oh my
It's just
god.
been a long day at work.
Okay, so what do you have, Jack?
So
What are you doing? Never mind. I can't even say that with a straight face. Okay. What are you drinking tonight?
I found this, and it was $6 for 12. So, like you,
Nice.
it's also on sale, and it is Wasatch Brewery's pumpkin.
Wasatch?
Wasatch,
Wasatch.
maybe?
Yeah,
Wasatch.
Wasatch.
The seasonal
Wasatch
pumpkin.
Oh,
And-
that's a little off. How
They
long
were
has that been sitting
Desperate
there?
to get rid of that.
Yeah, they were. And so I'm like, you know what? If I don't die, it's all right.
Have you
And I
taken
didn't
it?
die with the first one, so obviously I'm here. And so, which was a couple days ago, I
Okay.
wanted to drink. So it tastes very much like allspice. There's like no
So
real
it's pumpkin
pumpkin flavor in there, but
spice.
it's this would be if I wouldn't call it pumpkin, I'd call this
It's
fall.
pumpkin spice beer.
No,
'cause that's all
I'd call
pumpkin
this
spice
autumn.
coffee is.
Like, if you want to know
Yeah.
what autumn flavor tastes like, it's
Yeah.
this
Yeah, because
crushed up leaves and like allspice.
yeah, most of that stuff doesn't actually have pumpkin in it. It's pumpkin spice. It's just you can make it in your kitchen with some allspice. Or
Yeah,
actually, the bottle of pumpkin pie spice is what I use because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
So
No, and it tastes really good. It's just weird to drink in like July.
Hey, it's
But-
Christmas in July.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really hyped for Halloween.
Same.
Here we are. We're in the long. We're in the,
need to go
we're
to
in the short stretch.
Michael's because Michael's should have. Yeah, see, pumpkin spot kept it around until June. See,
There we go.
you know what? It's
Is
a
it
thing.
you kept it around, or is it because you never ran out?
It's a spice. It doesn't.
But it gets slammed.
It doesn't go bad in a season. It
No,
does
but
go bad, but
well, isn't it it's not an actual? It's a syrup, right? It's not. Yeah, it's like a. Yeah. Oh, they
you ordered
ordered.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do end up running out, and then they cut you off. But I always get it. I don't know. It's just like it's marking the seasons. Like
So
I get
you're
my
in there.
pumpkin spice, and then once
3 deep, and they're like, "Sorry, Jack, we got to cut you off."
and then Christmas starts, and I always get the peppermint white mocha. So
Oh, yeah, that one's good. Too.
my year is marked by my Starbucks orders.
It's one of those things of my inner white girl comes out for the season.
Hey, man,
And I
let people like what they like.
know, and I go in, and I order it.
I recognize the absurdity of standing in Starbucks in my Uggs, ordering a pumpkin
can never
spice.
be else there.
I mean, but hey, at least I have the cool haircut, so I'm not completely basic. But actually, one person that was working there one time, he didn't know my name. He was like, "What was it again? What did he call me? Like Madison or something?" I'm like, "Man, come on, I'm not that basic. it's bad."
Bleh. Streaking.
This show
Blue
is not
streaking.
trying to
No, I'm not besmirching names. I was being a smartass.
Lawrence has got his Glen Scotia.
He's always got something fancy though.
15-year single malt whiskey.
For educational research.
Well,
He's always got to outdo us.
person who's
I'm going to call shenanigans on that.
okay. So I was going to ask your on your opinion on that one, since you are our current
What?
person of going to school.
What sort of education does that provide?
The formal education person.
Wow.
That's your new title
That's my
until
new
later.
title?
Yeah.
Specialist of formal education stuff?
Future more educated.
Resident
Okay.
Smarty Pants.
Yeah. No, what was the question? You just completely went shooting off the rails there, and I don't know what you were trying to get at. Something about scotch and my education?
Well, he's drinking it for educational research.
I mean, I actually, you know what? If he was in food science and nutrition, you could do a study about that. I have seen really boring papers about the refreshing quality of beer. Okay. 15 pages and boring. So, yeah, actually, food science and nutrition, they do studies on stuff like that, and they make it boring. So,
Well,
you good?
apparently the education they're doing is because they're pre-tripping for Scotland.
Pre-tripping.
That's what they said. I didn't take that much out of context this time.
Pre-gaming.
No, it says pre-trip research, so they're pre-tripping.
Jack, I do not think that means what you think it means.
It probably
Jack.
doesn't, but it's funny.
Wow, just keep going, man. They're just,
I'm on a
and we have
roll.
all of this recorded.
2 for 2. I'm looking for that.
We
3.
need a blooper reel.
This is the
This show-
blooper reel. We do it at
The
live.
entire show.
Although I probably
I
should
have
go
that
through all
sound
the
clip.
shows and take one like 15-minute or 15
Mhm.
second bit from
Of
every
you
show
saying
and
deep
just
throating the
blend it all
Gatorade.
together.
Yeah.
All right, buddies, let's move on.
Moving forward, we got our drinks.
Hey, I didn't start it this time. That was Jack is the one that's causing the problems this time.
Okay. The theme is the desert this week because it's hot as the desert. The desert dust that's blowing through and
Darth
making us
Vader
all.
would not
Yes.
like it
die.
outdoors right now.
No. Yep.
Did you
well, and
guys?
I was gonna say I've been on adventure movies. That's why I kicked this one out there. So
Oh, I think it's a great
Yeah.
idea.
I think I saw
Did you
a
see
sandworm
the
on the way home.
last Indiana Jones movie?
no, I
Not
have
yet.
an issue with movie theaters. People be. I can't really explain. It's a claustrophobia thing.
Hate other
So,
people. Don't
it's-
have to explain any more than that. I understand.
I
I
feel like
haven't seen
although-
movies because I hate people.
I will say this: what I forgot to tell you all the last episode. Right before that weekend before, I actually went to medieval times for the first time. I had the red and yellow night, and it was more fun than I thought it would be.
Good. They have to. People are getting injured
Yes.
for your enjoyment.
I was not expecting it. I didn't. We went with Shannon and Emery, so yeah, it was more for
Nice.
the Emery thing. So I wasn't really sure what to expect, but super fun. Okay, so moving on.
Okay, I have not seen the Indiana Jones.
No, I
latest
haven't gone
whatever
to
it
the
is
theater
either.
yet. The Dial of Destiny. I was a little apprehensive because of the whole Crystal Skull debacle. That was.
Is there a different debacle than the fact
I'm
that
just
it's
gonna watch
Crystal
it
Skull?
and enjoy myself. I'm tired of having people break movies for me.
Well, you know what? I don't know. I've
I
heard
know they
varying
nuked the
opinions.
fridge in that one. I thought it was hilarious.
What,
and
the
I-
Crystal Skull? I
they-
didn't enjoy it. But for me, The Last Crusade is the most perfect movie ever.
It is. It is very
Narratively
difficult to do
speaking,
better than
It
that
is
one.
perfect. Like the writing, the narrative arc in that movie, it is on
Yeah.
point.
You
just
and the only
tight.
reason you need to watch the one like not Temple of Doom, but the one prior, like the
Last
first one,
or the first one,
is so that you
the
get the
arc, yeah.
joke
The Raiders-
halfway through. It's like, you sure that's the Ark of the Covenant? Pretty sure.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Moving
Yeah.
forward.
Last
Done.
Crusade is
Loved it.
it's brilliant. Yeah, love
But
it.
the Crystal Skull to me was it felt like an adventure family movie.
Yeah,
Like, the one with the Rock in it on the boat. that they
Jungle
did
Cruise
recently.
is
That was
talk about
fun. But if
adventure
they tried to say
movies.
that was an Indiana Jones movie, it would not have
No,
worked.
Jungle Cruise is. I again was not expecting that. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, I
so-
love adventure movies, and that is like in my rotation now.
Why is Jungle Cruise so good? I have not seen it, but I'm not afraid. At this point,
It's
spoilers are okay, right? It's been out
take a
for quite while.
little bit of the Pirates of the Caribbean magic,
The
throw it into
yeah,
that
they're on
kind
the
of-
Amazon. They're on
yeah,
the
they're in the
Amazon,
Amazon.
right?
It's like,
Yeah,
like
they're
an
in the Amazon,
Alan
going down the
Quartermain
Amazon River.
/
Yeah.
Jewel of the Nile, not Jewel of the Nile. The
That
first
was what
one,
it was being compared to, though. Was Romancing the Stone. was
Romancing
being
the
compared
Stone.
to.
It had a little bit of that romance kind of
Yeah.
characters out of place doing interesting things.
Yeah, and it was
And
just
It
Dwayne. The
reminded
Rock
me
was
of those little
yeah.
Lego. So Lego instead of like buying the rights to Indiana Jones or whatnot, had their own like Johnny Quest kind of
yeah.
adventure character through the
Amazing, yeah.
yeah, and so it felt like that kind of movie.
It
to
was
me.
just silly, and The Rock's dad jokes were excellent. And
They
Emily
were
Blunt was like,
really good.
yeah, Emily Blunt was. She was, the
Female lead.
well, female lead, but I was going to say like she was pretty solid in her own right.
Mhm.
Had very very Rachel Weisz and the Mummy thing going on. It was just they worked really well together. They were funny. Like I said, I thought the adventure was very exciting. And the conquistadors.
Yes,
The conquistadors that they were.
they
that
did
were
a very
coming
good
after
job on
them.
that.
Oh my god, they were so well done. Yes, they were so scary. Oh my god, they were great. So it's fun. It's fun and it's silly and it's The Rock cracking dad jokes for an hour and a half.
It feels kind of like what Jumanji could have been.
Yes,
And
yes. If
I
it had
enjoyed
been-
Jumanji.
yeah.
Like putting
this
Jack
was
Black
just-
as a being controlled by a girl made.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I loved that. That was hilarious to me. But it didn't hit quite the Jumanji. Jumanji is supposed to be like interesting, putting into a weird position, and underlining always threatening from the first movie. It's always like there's always that threat of you can die and you may die in this.
Yeah, the original Jumanji, it was kind of scary.
Yeah.
The second
You were
one,
going
I just
into-
felt I
Yeah.
didn't feel like the horror movie aspect was involved in that underlying always, because anything that was about to happen had the drum music beating and getting louder and louder, and everyone's kind of like, "What's going on?" And then suddenly the plant monster starts trying to grab everybody in the house or something, and you have Robin Williams freaking out.
Robin
What
Williams.
year is it? Which played very well for that. But
So, if you haven't seen it, Thax, if you have Disney Disney Plus, it's on there because that's how I saw it when it first came out. It was running on Disney Plus. It's just like I said, it's just fun and it's silly. It's a good, exciting adventure movie. Like I said, very in the style of The Mummy. In the first and second Mummy movies, where it's just stuff's blowing up and they're running from CGI monsters that are that have
hurry! Patience
Yeah.
is a virtue.
Patience-
Not right now,
it
it isn't.
isn't.
That movie is ultimately quotable, especially about all the horses.
Yes.
I've
And
been
5 of
amazed
the most beautiful people in the world are in that first moment.
I've been amazed at how much comedic timing The Rock has.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
why were you in? Oh, never mind.
Yes,
Of course,
he's-
that's why you were in wrestling.
Yeah,
This
he
a
is.
joke.
He is good at the timing. He really, really is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is.
he's just he's fast. And Emily Blunt played really well opposite him. They both did a real good job. But she's funny anyway because she's good, really good at the serious stuff. But she's always been really funny. So yeah,
And
get
so
that
watching
one.
Jungle Cruise, you're not going to feel like you're hot. In the desert, it's
No,
very
it's-
jungly,
it's-
and
it's-
it's a
but
very
it's-
good escape
Well,
movie.
yeah,
for
but
what's
it's in the
really going on.
Amazon, so it's not exactly climate control.
Cold.
It's hot and wet.
Although I was since we were going to be talking about this, I remembered when you brought up Quartermain. Do you remember the 80s Alan Quartermain movies with Richard Chamberlain and Sharon
I've
Stone
been
was in one
reminded
of
this
them?
week.
No.
And Sharon Stone was, and she was so annoying because she kept going Quartermain like through the whole movie.
Ugh.
Yeah, the fact that you brought up Romancing the Stone, I was like,
Yes.
did she just like that role so much she,
That
jumped
was
in?
Kathleen Turner.
Mhm.
That was Kathleen Turner. Sharon Stone was in the
Oh.
Alan Quartermain movies.
Oh, you're right.
Kathleen Turner was
Right.
in the Romancing the Stone movies with Michael Douglas. Yep.
My mistake. Yes.
Because I saw Romancing. It was my dad took us to really inappropriate movies when I was a kid. So I
He
saw
wanted to
that.
see
in the
them, and he had kids.
I was like 7 at Romancing the Stone. So there was a lot of jokes I didn't get.
I remember
were-
watching it around that age.
Yeah, there were some things that I didn't get, but
Yeah.
So no, that one was so much fun. So yeah, Jungle Cruise is kind of like that, and The Mummy, all that together. Because Romancing the Stone didn't have like the seat; they had real bad guys.
Yeah.
It wasn't the super, but Jungle Cruise has the supernatural. Yeah, it's like I said, the dead conquistadors that are coming after them
Very
for the
good.
treasure. So
That's the Pirates of the Caribbean bit that
Yeah.
kind of rolling around.
yeah.
But,
At least I didn't care about spoilers. Spoilers.
No, yeah. No, and that's what I was looking forward to talking about tonight. This genre of film and novels that are very Indiana Jones, very pulp
Yes. Yes.
comic books that still fit within our steampunk genre to a degree.
Yeah.
Um,
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I have another
Or
one.
The graphic novel, not the.
well, I'm
Not
not
the
saying
movie?
we just discussed
Okay,
the good
so
ones.
If you liked the movie, go
I-
look up the graphic novel.
That's what. Yeah, because
because the graphic the movie was like 5 pages.
the
of graphic
creators weren't
novel.
happy about the movie. They were. Yeah. But I actually liked Sean Connery as Quartermain, even though he
Yeah, that
hated
worked
that
out
role.
well.
I didn't know who that character was when I saw it, but I
Quartermain?
enjoyed the movie
Yeah.
So
mostly for the props.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
the original one with my dad when I was like 6 or 7.
Original what?
One of
Quartermain?
the Alan Quartermains in the Lost City of Gold.
That was the 80s one with
Mhm.
Richard
Was
Chamberlain,
that
right?
the one? Okay, so
That's
it
the
felt
one
like
that
it was a
yeah,
lot
the one that
older.
Sharon Stone was in, yeah.
Okay, so that one felt like it was a lot older, and I haven't seen it since.
I think it was mid 80s.
That was 1986. That
Yeah.
was
When I
the
was
sequel.
born.
But
Okay.
it was a TV
to King
movie though,
Solomon's
right?
Mines.
I don't
Yeah,
think
King
so.
Solomon's
So.
but it wasn't
Let's
like
see. IMDb
theater release. I think
says
it was TV movie.
it was just a low budget movie.
Oh, was it really that? Because I remember seeing it on TV.
Yeah, it was very low
sometime
budget.
in the-
Cassandra Peterson's in this movie.
There's a lot. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
And
kind of
James
weird.
Earl
too,
Jones is in this movie.
Because Richard Chamberlain, I think it just come off of Thornbirds, which he was like really popular. So I don't know how he ended up in King Sol. But I mean,
Wanna do
I
a
liked
weird
them.
movie. Sure,
I loved them.
You
I
paying
liked.
me?
Yeah, I loved an adventure movie. Man, they were the best. Oh my god, they don't come out enough, and they're just so
There's
exciting.
a cartoon that was, I think it's on Netflix or something. It's about like the Adventure Family or something like that, where it's this.
The Adventure Time.
No.
I was gonna say.
They've got the dad with the huge nose and
No, that's the Well Thornberries. Yeah, yeah, no. I get you.
That's what I was thinking of too, though. Thax.
No, there's a TV show. I'll have to go find it. That is essentially, there is this kind of organization that basically recruits new adventurers to go on adventures and bring cool stuff back. And one of the characters was like, well, the main character you're following fails the tests. And then, but his dad is like the one who like started the organization and runs the organization. And so he actually goes off to go prove himself while fighting another one of the guys that was like his
nemesis,
his coworker, or becomes his nemesis.
I need a
And
nemesis.
that's the legal guy to go do this from the company.
And this is an animated show.
It's animated, and it was cute. It was for kids and
Okay.
families, and I think it was on Netflix. I'll admit I cannot remember to save my life, but I'm sure if typed in some of that, it would pop up. But I remember enough of it to go, this looks kind of like Indiana Jonesy. I'm willing to watch this. And it had some humor in it that felt really right. And obviously they were pulling from Indiana Jones and Alan Quartermain a little bit on some of their inside jokes.
I mean, but Quartermain goes back. He's H. Rider Haggard. I mean, he goes back.
Oh, yeah, that's Indiana Jones is based on him. It's supposed to be the American guy.
Yeah.
The American Quartermain.
American Quartermain, yeah.
Which,
except he wants to return everything to the museum. It belongs in a museum.
So I spent some time reading the novel Alan Quartermain, or listening to someone read me the novel Alan Quartermain.
Hey, audiobooks are still reading.
No, they're not. But okay.
Yes.
It's a different
I don't discount it, because you're still getting the story.
We will talk about that later off the show.
Ooh.
Okay.
We will have a conversation.
We may have to post that part on our Patreon for you guys to listen to.
So what I didn't realize first is that the novel Alan Quartermain is the last in the series, sort of.
I didn't either until I was reading about it. Yeah.
It was the sequel, but then he wrote like 12 prequels.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
So,
he wrote So he wrote a short story that people liked, and so he finished that book and goes, well, dang, I can't go forward with this because that story is finished.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Go backwards.
Yeah, I was reading the wiki about it. I'm like, wait, he wrote there's all these prequels to it that he wrote. Like, okay, I mean, okay,
and
like
I'm not a big reader. I read Jules Verne, 80 Leagues Under the Sea.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
A lot of leagues.
Nemo.
So many leagues.
All the leagues under the sea.
Or Around the World in 80 Days. There's 20,000 Leagues Under the
Right.
Sea or Around the World in 80 Days.
Around the world in some
I read
odd
both of those.
Around the World in 20,000 Leagues.
I read enough to realize Jules Verne is not a very good writer.
No, his strength lay in his creations and his
world building.
His world building and his devices, and
But also I haven't read a lot of writers from that time period.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
different.
reading H. Rider Haggard this week, got me back into that time period, and so I could see some of, okay, this is the style of writing that was popular at the time. But H. Rider Haggard is a way better writer.
Well,
I feel that way when I start trying to read Sherlock Holmes. I can read it. It's just I can't read it fast enough for the TV to ever turn on.
yeah,
my
for
head.
the story
Yeah,
to
Just
it
like
is
auto
slower.
read at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
It takes me physically sitting there and like breaking down the sentence structure with my eyes and like
Yeah.
redoing it. So I can listen to it. I'm fine, and that's much easier to deal with. But
Well,
yeah,
what's interesting is though, I mean, when you're saying that, but like at the time, Sherlock Holmes was also pulp. Haggard was pulp. Sherlock Holmes was pulp.
it's the same time period.
It's
and
just
that's the way they
one
wrote.
of them has been elevated to, a classic, and H. Rider Haggard is still. But Jules Verne was largely focused on the science behind. He was putting all these ideas down. But
I
his
mean, we already
writing's
had
not
the
for
one.
everybody.
We already had the story of the guy getting shot to the Mars through a portal to go take on a royal family and a whole bunch of green aliens that were 8 foot tall with 4 arms. We needed a little bit of science in our science fiction. In
I
that
mean,
point.
yeah, Jules Verne. I guess you could consider him an early version of science fact.
Yeah.
And we had H.G. Wells, who was just. But I mean, that was
hard sci-fi.
Yeah, well, what did that for
Mhm.
me was the inventions. That's what I liked about all of those.
Yeah.
And that's also like, have y'all read Frank? I know y'all talked about Frankenstein before, but have y'all read Frankenstein?
I've not actually read it.
Well,
I
because
had to in high school.
but what kills me is that she never actually describes the machine that creates that creates the creature.
And yet we have such a
just-
consistency of lightning wire to
that's
the
what I
electrical
mean.
things to a big
That's
switch
what I
into a
mean.
table.
Hollywood has been able to take that her very, 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 very vague description and create some of the most amazing steampunk devices that could turn a body into a monster.
She's like, there's just not a whole lot to go
Because
on
it was
here. We can get some
yeah.
jig platters.
Because I
get some
wrote a paper
pepper
about
coils,
it a couple of years
throw 'em up,
ago.
let 'em go off on the
She's
stage.
like,
it'll
there's
look
bubbling
great.
this and that, and it's the shadowy Garrett, and then there's a
Flashbulb and
creature.
some dudes with
Yes.
some metal flapping
She
back and forth.
used an economy of words and description and to create, and people have just taken that and just gone bonkers with it, and it's amazing the amount of things that they have come up, the different shows and movies, all the Frankenstein movies and Penny Dreadful.
Yeah.
I mean, because all you need is we know there was some lightning. We got Kenneth Branagh running around half dressed in the Garrett and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Oh, yes.
That was my favorite version, I have to say. But it was
Sting
so
did it better.
Huh?
Sting did it better.
Oh, The Bride. Yes, we've talked about that before, haven't we?
Yes, because I love it.
I think I've seen it once or twice. It's mixed up in my head with Labyrinth because of the dress and the hair and the dance.
That makes
So
sense.
it kind of gets mixed up in my head with Labyrinth a little bit. But yeah, no, that one I haven't seen as much. But Mary Shelley's Frankenstein I saw in the theater. Thank you. And it was just beautiful. But yeah, no, there's some of those old pulp novels where they don't give you a whole lot of description. You can come up with some amazing devices and adventures out of them. I mean,
Well, I
Jules
think
Verne
that
wasn't,
H. Rider Haggard does not have that problem. He's very good.
I've never read him.
What I found super interesting is the Alan Quatermain movies from the 80s that I remember. They're very like full tilt gonzo, adventures.
Yes.
Much like the style of that genre of film. But the novel that I'm reading would not translate to a movie.
Yeah.
Unless it was like a super actually serious movie, because the way he writes it, I'm wondering, did he actually go to Kenya and meet people and take notes? Because it was very believable. I don't know if any of it's true.
Let's see.
To the internet.
Sir Henry. Oh, he's a sir. Sir Henry Rider Haggard. He was an English writer of adventure. Right. Yeah, he went to South Africa in 1875.
And
research.
It shows. They're very compelling. You feel like this guy knows what he's talking about, or he's a really good bullshitter.
Well, I mean, some authors are. as someone who is trying to write a character who is having a fight in Greece, I could tell you right now, research on the internet now is hard enough. I can't imagine trying to write these things back then but like Anne Rice, when she was writing her stuff, she hadn't been to France and all these countries when she was writing her things, and she still managed to, you go
Get
to the
enough.
library, spend enough time in the library.
As long as you know more than your reader.
That's why you're there.
Exactly. Which, I mean, again, the internet has probably changed that considerably for a lot of writers, but,
I still don't know anything.
But see, I'm the kind of person that I'll constantly stop and look things up. I did the same thing before I had the internet. I would go look in the dictionary and the encyclopedias or whatever. I'm constantly stopping to look things up and see what it is that if I don't understand it. So, yeah, takes me a while to get through books sometimes, but that's okay. But yeah,
what a librarian you are.
I am the best librarian. Thank you.
I don't know. I saw those series of films, and that guy was pretty good too.
Oh, yes, the movies are great. The TV show actually better. TV show was excellent.
Actually, that was sarcasm. I thought they were all stupid.
No, they were good. Oh, you
drama on the show.
You hurt my heart. I love those movies. No, Wiley was so cute. I loved them. They were so good. No, I like those movies, but I liked the TV show better. The TV show was more, better writing, better cast of characters. And he was still in it, but he was just kind of in and out. But no, that's actually part of what I've been trying to talk about in my dissertation is that, these vast places that have, should have treasure in them, like libraries or like Quartermain and the Lost City of Gold or King Solomon's Mine or, what's in the pyramids, hiding in.
I don't think I've seen this TV show. I was just
excellent.
watching the films, and they're
silly.
Cheek.
Yeah, but the TV
silly.
shows, the TV show's very silly. Then I don't know if you'd like it, but I loved it.
Painful.
I'm
glad you liked it.
It was, but I also like just really silly, and also because of the legends and the myths and the stories that they go into, and just like I said, I like adventure. It's I like silly, intellectual adventures where they're looking for fables and So
yeah, absolutely.
That's one reason I really enjoy the Indiana Jones. It's just a very
looking for the treasure.
Yeah. And honestly, if we're going to mention this, we probably need to mention the fact that there is an entire series of young Indiana Jones out there.
Yes, that show is so good.
And I have not seen them in decades.
They are online because they come up every once in a while. It was the Young Indiana Jones Adventures, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when those came out on TV.
Chronicles.
That's the whole reason that's the opening sequence of The Last Crusade, is to highlight those existing.
It's the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and I can't tell where it's streaming. It's got to be streaming somewhere, right?
Unfortunately, no.
Wait, really? It's not? Oh, it
doesn't have to be. There is no repository of everything.
Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus.
Oh, well, that's easy.
So there you go. You can watch it on Disney. Well, that makes sense since they have the other.
Yeah, they own Fox now, so
they own the world. So.
Ripley is now a Disney queen.
Do you remember that TV show, Ripley's Believe It or Not?
I do.
Oh yeah,
I do. Didn't it have was it the new Superman? Yeah, it was the new Superman at one point. That was
Dean Cain. Yeah, he took it over later. Yeah, he turned into a.
I still remember the one that had Riker doing the whole Fact or Fiction.
Yeah, Jonathan Frakes.
Yep.
Who was in The Librarians.
He directed. He did some directing too, yeah.
Oh yeah, well he directed a lot of Star Trek too.
He directed a lot.
And he's directed episodes of the Orville and episodes of a lot of different sci-fi
and that
shows.
The original Roswell series on WB. He was actually in an episode of that too. Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, no,
that one counts.
Young Indiana Jones is an excellent one. It's a good, close to the time period, and actually, especially since it's Young Indiana Jones, it's a lot closer to our time period.
Yeah,
it's very exciting.
I remember it being very good.
Yeah,
but I was a little kid, so what do I know for good? But I liked it.
Another one that's finally coming around again that people are starting to notice that remember it happening, and now you can actually get it is Briscoe County Jr.
I was just about to say that actually. Yeah, Bruce Campbell, baby Bruce Campbell.
being
Yes.
in the most steampunk thing at the time.
Yes.
What happens if Doc Brown pretty much gets stuck back at the 1800s and meets Bruce Campbell in a small
he was
town
so
and have to just do
young.
random adventures? I'm
Oh
okay
my
with this.
God, when did that was early, because my brother
That
loved
Early
that
90s.
show.
That was before Bruce Campbell, I think, was on Hercules and such.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Xena.
Yeah, because he showed up Briscoe County Jr. 93 and 94, one season. Yep.
So
That was
I
Carlton Cuse,
I
I think,
binged Briscoe County Jr. at one point, and the farther you go into it, the more of the budget disappears.
It turns
Yep.
into a Hercules Xena type
And
show.
by the end, they're like having a shootout at somebody's house with
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
their lace curtains in the windows, and the
Yeah.
door has a doorbell and light switches, and it's just a house.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like Fox
Like-
lost faith halfway through.
It's
Yeah.
so bad.
It had such potential to be fun.
Yeah.
Because a lot
Yeah.
of shows at that time period were doing very well, like Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, and
Do y'all remember Young Riders?
these-
It was
the
about the
names
Pony
don't-
Express. Josh
Oh, yeah.
Brolin was in it.
Yeah,
Very young
okay.
Josh Brolin, Stephen Baldwin. It was about the Pony Express, and it was very good. It was one of my favorite. I think it ran for 2 seasons. It was late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. Yep.
Briscoe County, in the first few episodes, into my memory, it sort of hinted at like mysterious devices that you don't know where it came from, and they did weird things, and they just sort of let that plot go.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
like the most interesting thing I
Well,
wanted to get into.
Almost like they were going to go into like kind of a Wild Wild West
Mhm.
type.
Cowboys and
Storyline.
aliens.
Versus aliens, yeah.
I like that movie. Thank
That was
you.
a good movie.
I named my watch.
Honestly,
the
I
Arm
love it when
Cannon.
Harrison Ford plays a villain or
was a
someone
fun
that's
ride.
very striking.
Yeah, it was fun. It's Daniel Craig, and
Yeah.
just-
It's Daniel Craig versus
But I also
Harrison Ford
I
and
don't
an
need a
entire
lot of
army of
plot.
cowboys.
As long as I've got stuff blowing up and lots of wild adventure, I don't actually need a cohesive plot.
That's
As
why
long
we
as
get
there's
along so well.
there's stuff blowing up and a really good MacGuffin that they're all chasing. I don't need
yeah.
and there's beautiful people doing ridiculous stunts. I'm good. I am good. That's all I need.
Ah.
So yeah, we kind of wandered out of the desert there on that one.
I mean, all right. No, we got back into it. The Wild Wild West, that counts as desert.
True. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that. I mean, and also I know that movie gets panned a lot, but I actually liked it. I thought Will Smith did a
I love Wild Wild West.
pretty good job. And it's also when people want to know. It used to be when people wanted to know what steampunk was. That was the
That's
best
still
way
the movie
to.
I have to use for explanation.
I mean, it's the best. Best explanation. People
it's
remember
the
that movie.
sarcasm. It's the vision of the fact that the director finally got his giant mechanical spider that he was trying to get into any of his movies beforehand, and it's just crazy. It's like Men in Black of the 1800s. I loved it. Just you didn't know really what to expect that was coming next.
I liked it.
It was
I thought it was
good
good.
and
I
weird.
never watched the TV series, but I heard from those who remembered it, they loved it too.
I never watched the TV. The old.
I didn't
yeah,
know
I
there
never
was a
watched-
TV. Like
Yeah,
I
it
knew
was
there
based
was
on a-
because that's what it was prior.
Yeah.
But I've never seen any of the prior ones. I mean,
I'd never watched it.
On one of the trains. that
I
we
knew what it
saw.
was, but I
It's
had
from the 70s, and so the West had a lot more velvet and other
More
colors.
crushed velvet, a little
they
more.
weren't as good with the period costumes back
Yeah.
then on most things.
It's
Yeah,
a little
a
different.
lot of polyester and weird.
They did what they could with what they had.
I mean, it's all right. Yeah, they weren't as accurate, but I mean, mechanical spiders. How accurate are you going to be? So I'm just saying.
It breathes fireballs from the Civil War era.
And also, if we're talking about stuff like that, the dirigible in the second Mummy movie is the best. I love that
Yeah,
airship so much when it's sailing through the canyon. Oh, trying to outrun Imhotep's big
that I
big head
forgot
wave.
about.
Yes, I love that thing. Yeah, it's awesome.
That one actually is probably one of the more realistic looking airships in a lot of the steampunk sci-fi.
I liked the ones in Mortal Engines. I thought they did a good job with the airships in that movie. But I think I'm the only person in the world who actually liked that movie. So
No, I love that movie. I love the movie. I love how close it stayed with the book.
Mhm. Thank
I haven't
you.
seen the movie yet or read the book, and I'm really annoyed with myself.
Well,
I
I'm
liked
annoyed with you
it.
too.
It's just we went to see it. I think we went to. That was one of the few times I went to see something on release weekend because I was so excited, and we were like the only people in the theater.
Oh,
I know, and we went early, and it was the movie tavern, so there was food, but yeah, there was nobody else in the theater. I was like, oh, this is not. We're not getting a sequel. This is not
Going well.
Damn it. Damn. But it was
I
a
feel
Hugo
like that.
Weaving, and it was cities that eat other cities. I mean, come on. How is that not exciting?
It just doesn't pan out to people. I don't know why would I want to see a big city rolling around on wheels, a lot of wheels. Like I don't understand.
I
Like
mean, it
Fast
makes
and
sense if
Furious
you
gets
think about
away
it.
with doing stupid stuff with cars.
I mean, up here we've got Dallas and we've got Fort Worth, and Arlington's in the middle. They're going to eat Arlington eventually.
Oh yeah,
So we're not that far away from cities eating other cities.
imagine
Put
Fort
'em on
Worth,
wheels,
this big fort with like
can,
massive
actually.
walls and airplanes spewing forth in every direction.
Yeah, I can see Denton on wobbly wheels, stoned and
Oh, Denton's
trying
just
to
like
figure
this lesion mass attached to the side, and it's just got like a whole bunch of
No!
cannons on it. It's like a blister of like a cannon blister
You're
of
saying my
turret.
town is a cyst? What are you saying?
I mean, a metal one with like emplacements on it that was put on there for necessity.
No, okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Better. Oh, new steampunk video game?
yeah. Lawrence says check out Volcanoids. I'm looking it up on Wikipedia, and that looks crazy.
Oh.
I don't have
And it
the
immediately
time
started
to-
playing, so
I don't have the time to watch the videos and see what it's all
Yeah.
about, but it looks
oh,
Volcanoid,
yeah.
is that the one with the train you upgrade and everything like that? And it just as you go along with your friends, you can move your train around and mine different stuff. I think that's the one they're talking about.
I don't know.
I don't know. I opened up
Yeah.
the video and it immediately started playing at me. So
Yeah,
I
they go
just
straight
shut
to
it
Volcanoid is
YouTube.
that
but,
one. I've been watching that one being
Yeah.
made for a while now. It has very positive reviews from 5,000 people. It's a very small group
Oh,
of
wow.
individuals.
that looks cool though.
Yeah. I mean, they've been building it since 2019.
Oh, it's a survival shooter. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not for me.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is
I
it's
don't do
it's
first
a
person.
very slim, unique position.
Yeah, I can't do first person.
and it's for Another thing is I know a lot of people who can't do first person
Yeah,
games.
makes
They can
me
do
sick.
third person shooters just fine.
Yeah, Warcraft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm fine if I can
As
see
long
my
as you're over the
character.
shoulder
Yeah.
doing it. It's like my wife; she can play Ark and Atlas and all these other games with me, as long as she can zoom behind the character.
Yeah, I've got to be able to see my character. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried because I really wanted to play Dishonored because that is a badass game. But I was all excited and I got it the day it came out and popped it in because I never play anything on our Xbox, and
And suddenly you're nauseous.
within like half an hour I'm like, oh, I can't play this. So Matt tried to play it, but he just couldn't get into it. So yeah, it sucked too because it's a gorgeous game, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Brutal. Really good.
Little. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful steampunk game. Although I'm still waiting for Lies of P. I'm very excited about that one.
Yes.
keep seeing good things about it.
Yes.
I'm
soon.
waiting for a couple of my steampunk mods for RimWorld to be updated so I can essentially live in a RimWorld like in Serenity, the movie or TV show Firefly, out in the middle of nowhere and have raiders and everything come and attack my colony.
Really, you want to set yourself up to get eaten by reavers?
I mean, I usually eat them. It works out well.
I won't get it. Just gonna hear Jack screaming.
I actually make my character with a hat. Wonder, I make him as my main kind of character I run around with.
Mhm.
So
I would make fun, but every character that I make in The Sims or Warcraft or whatever, they all have white blonde hair.
well, that's the thing.
Usually in a big puffy ponytail. So, and if I can have, so I did not realize I was doing that till I was looking at like the different games I play. I'm like, they all look like me. I did not mean to do that.
Something funny about that I was listening to recently. There's a psychologist study on people who from guys who game, and it turns out that a lot of guys who have girl characters, on average, if they also have a significant other who is also female, tend to, without thinking about it, create most of their characters to look like their girlfriend.
My ex-husband played an orc in Warcraft. She was like 7 feet tall and green.
My wife plays as a trollop too. That's how she likes to do that when she's on that game.
Just saying.
I'll admit, trollops are fairly nice looking most of the time too. I'm okay with it.
I
I
saw
did not
this
look like a Zork.
this sweet little meme on social media about this. The person writing said they went back to a video game that they'd played like 10 years ago. They were like,
Yes.
I don't know, 13, 14, and the boy, the player, made this character that he was playing a girl who was older and blonde and real cute, and he in the 10 years since had transitioned to a girl, and he was looking back at this old character and seeing
She
herself.
looks like her. Oh, that's.
It was
Looks
oh.
very, yeah, I saw that. Looks like
Oh.
a dead ringer.
Oh.
And the game is old, so I know it's not like something they did like to just
They
pull
couldn't just.
views.
Yeah.
Drum it up.
Yeah. Aw.
Yeah.
I
Which has
mean,
nothing to do with the desert. I don't
No, but, dude, we do our best. I mean,
Games with themes.
unless we're all
It's
going
hot
to go
in
on
Texas, and
Adderall,
we're
we're
happy
not
to
going
be
to be able to
sweating
stay
right
on track. There's just no way.
Oh,
Have someone sitting beside us with cattle prods, we're not going to be able to stay on track. We did pretty good though. We covered a good amount of adventure movies and books, I think.
We haven't even talked about
we hit a
Dune
bunch
yet,
of
which
them.
was the whole
Yeah.
kind of reason it was kind of like wanting to at least have the desert motif was, there's enough weird sci-fi Dune-ish things to talk about. But
Not a
We
Dune
were going
fan.
to talk about costume and fashion. for
another
the
reason we were wearing these is like we're going to start talking about
Oh,
ways to make your costume work in a desert environment.
sorry.
Honestly, I have no idea though. I'm just hot. I'm just hot.
Just hot all the time.
Going outside
Can't
in
help
the desert.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get the point that you want to keep as much covered as you can,
Mhm.
just because.
I,
Do you
I've
want
heard,
to? Do you want to sweat or do you want to burn? I mean,
Pretty much.
and
And a
I've
lot of
heard
the
in, like,
coverings.
in the Sahara area, they actually put on more clothes,
loose white
the
robes.
desert,
Yeah.
but they're very, very loose, very light colored.
Linen.
and-
Yep.
But that to me, that's just like, I guess that's a dry climate, and so
Yes.
it's entirely different than where we are here, where that just makes you.
It would
just
turn into
humid.
wet toilet paper on your body.
Yeah,
But,
cool.
Yeah.
So I actually have a couple of the head scarves. I always forget how to pronounce them correctly, but I wear them on my costume fairly often, and they're great for when it's cold. You use it as a scarf. When it's hot, you just drape them over your shoulders or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's very you can see through it, and light goes through it, but not nearly. Air goes right through it. It's great, but if it's not like
Oh.
really windy or anything, it's a perfect. It's perfect for what it is for.
Yeah. What Kitty's saying, open weave, like a
Mhm.
nice loose weave linen, something that breathes, or loose weave cotton that's gonna. But you want to keep as much of your skin covered because
Yeah.
burning is so much worse.
Yeah,
Right.
you'd rather be hot and wet than be burned. And it's funny because this is exceedingly loose weave, and it's even more so now because I've worn it for so long. I think I've had this shirt for 20 years.
It's called threadbare.
It's threadbare now,
Yeah.
and like I put it on, and I think I ripped a little, just getting it over my shoulder. I'm like,
no.
oh no! But it's I can't wear this in public anymore. Unfortunately, it's just so ratty looking. I've actually considered using it for. It's been part of my prop group. I've just never actually used it out since. When I did some stuff in El Paso, I wore it there because it just fit really well. But that was before I had my vest and everything.
Also, Kitty is right. If you don't want to burn, well, the Irish or Scottish and German, which is what I have.
Don't be from
I'm as-
Eastern Europe or Western
as
Europe
white as white could
or
possibly
Northern
be.
Europe. Don't be from any part of like Europe above Germany.
Yep.
Just
It's just
if you're
no.
above if you're near the Mediterranean, you're okay. But everything
Well,
Oh.
actually, when I was a kid, I tanned pretty well, and then I turned into goth girl, and so I did my best to not, to be as pale as I could. And now that I'm old, I just kind of
as
swell up
Anne
and get
Rice
red.
employers do.
I just kind of swell up like a toad, and get all red. And
Mhm.
yeah, I
Mhm.
can't tan anymore. It's
It's all right. I have a permanent farmer's tan.
I was gonna say,
so,
yeah. I don't have the farmer's tan, but I've just got like red right here, just constantly. It won't go away.
It's like my friend and I, when I go
Welcome
back
to
to
middle
West
age.
Texas, we'll like walk up to each other and like both pull our shoulder arm
white
pieces
scratch
up like
tan.
this just to compare. Who's got the more defined
Yep.
white line?
Yep.
Jack, I just thought you were dirty.
I know.
I know, right?
Might
This doesn't
still
scrape
be.
off in the bathroom.
The ring. Woo. Okay.
I did want to bring up a couple of things. Johnny has got Johnny Steverson from Galveston. He's got a gaming convention coming up, and he has added battling robots to his gaming convention, which might be a very interesting. Johnny, send me a link so I can tell
Give
the
us
group
pictures
about the event. Also, if you haven't seen, we've reposted it on our Facebook group. The first annual Steampunk District coming up September 23rd in Mineola, Texas.
Where is Mineola? I saw that earlier.
That is east of Dallas-Fort Worth near Tyler.
Oh, wait. So that's that? Let me see.
I'm not going to say it's close to you. It's just closer than us.
Mineola, Texas.
Mineola.
Because if that's close enough, I mean,
and that's coming up end of September, so it should be maybe getting a little cooler, but still not getting into the October, November, December party time. I think that's going to be something really interesting, and we should think about.
That's 2 hours away.
That's not a bad 4-hour drive for us.
4 hours for us.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
When is
September-ish?
Okay. No.
September 23rd. It's already posted on our
on the
page. Texas Steampunk
Texas
Facebook page. I don't know that they have a Facebook event posting, so that's not helpful. But there's a lot of time between now and September 23rd. We need to maybe
definitely
make a plan to go out there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, costume contests, tea and scones. Wow, vendors. Oh, admission is free.
Wild vendors.
Yes, exactly. Okay, well, admission's free, so
sweet.
Yeah, I think it's just like the whole
just an outdoor
town street party kind of thing.
Okay, yes, totally. Yep, I will put that on the calendar. We will definitely do that because that's like a drive to Steampunk November. I mean, that's not bad. So cool.
Sweet.
I guess I need some new clothes.
Johnny Steverson has posted a YouTube link that I can't go to from where I am, but
can't link it here. Can't push the button, but y'all can. Go check it out.
Yeah, it's
go do the internet things after in like 3 minutes.
In the comments down below.
Don't leave yet. We got a few more little bits of filing and paperwork to do here first.
Let's see.
Well, my head feels better, so y'all made my headache go away.
Well, I mean, laughter is the best medicine.
It was that, or
I can do
all the drugs that I took before I got on the show.
I mean, that probably doesn't hurt either.
Xanax works wonders.
So we were watching the Bear TV show.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Haven't seen it.
There's a scene where apparently someone puts Xanax in like the lemonade at a party. Everyone just like passes the hell out.
Everybody reacts.
Like my kind of party.
I mean, I took one before I gave that presentation at that narrative conference in March. Hey, I got through the presentation without freaking out. So
there you go. Yeah, that's all you need.
It just calms me down. It doesn't. But I only take like one at a time, not even one a day.
Yeah.
So, like to clarify that, I do not have a problem.
Just shave off a little bit into the lemonade.
Just put a little glass.
Make a line and just
like the 80s are back.
We don't condone drug use or illegal drug use. Any drug use at all.
I condone responsibility.
We condone
you are in charge of your own body.
Beginning of the show, not at the end. We're not
telling you to do anything or suggesting it.
This weekend in Dallas, Anime Fest, Game Fest 2023 is happening.
Ooh.
If you're into anime and gaming, Corpus Christi Comic Con is also this weekend at the American Bank Center there in Corpus. Next weekend, the 5th, is Amicon in Amarillo. So
yes, good for them. They're continuing with that. They need help. They're a good con. I mean, it's a weird place to try to have a con, but I'm glad that they're continuing.
Say con one more time.
Con.
That's what I was going for.
Amarillo is just so far away from everything other than Lubbock, and it's just hard to get there. I went to a convention there, that was a steampunk convention a while back, held by one of our friends at the time, at the Joyland. It wasn't Joyland. It was another amusement park, and it was really interesting. It was just really yet again in August or something like that, and it was hot at an amusement park,
hot
on concrete, and everyone's dressed up, and everyone was showing up going, "What are you guys?" Like, that's a good question.
Not really sure.
It's like wearing a cool hat with goggles, man. I mean, it's 2011. Don't you know?
Okay, and now I think it's time
Wonderland.
to
That's what it was.
talk about our patrons. Where's my
Indeed.
cheat sheet? Here we go. Texas Steampunk Connection is brought to you in part by J.R. Seeger's A School for the Great Game. Edwardian teen Elizabeth Bancroft resents being sent to a finishing school in India. The college is, in fact, the British India School for Spies, teaching the family business of espionage, martial arts, and Tibetan mystic arts. A School for the Great Game is the first in the Steampunk Raj series available on Amazon. We're also supported by Fair Treasures. Fair Treasures has a selection of Texas-made female-presenting costumes and accessories for steampunk and Renaissance wear, and one-of-a-kind imported jewelry. You can shop Fair Treasures at fair, spelled with an E, treasures.com, or on Etsy. So that's Kitty's store. Thank you for tuning in, Kitty.
Thank you,
We
Kitty.
also want to thank our patrons over on Patreon, Jenny and Ryan Shaver, our certified aeronaut, Natalie McTavish. Yeah. And a generous grant from the crew of the Airship Hot Dog, Rita and Lawrence Allen.
My God.
And we
Hot
encourage
dogs.
you, if you'd like to become a patron and be made fun of by name with us, go over there and help us out. Become an aeronaut yourself.
We will gladly make fun of you. It'd be fun. We're gonna make sure this
It
is
would
the
be
best
our
part of the
pleasure.
whole deal. Oh yeah, it'd be our pleasure.
Yeah. Is there anything else we need to add before handing it over to our founder, Flavio?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
All right, everybody. Good night, and we will see you again in 2 weeks on Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. Here's Flavio.
So, once again, thank you for listening. You can find us again on Facebook at Texas Steampunk Connection for any comments, questions, suggestions. If you know of something happening in Steampunk that's happening soon, we can put it on our calendar, on our Patreon, as well as the list of over 100 comics and graphic novels, Steampunk and Weird West related.
You can also email us at texassteampunkconnection@gmail.com. And we're a streaming podcast, texassteampunkconnection.podbean.com.
And if you lose it on Facebook and you want to watch a rerun of this show at any point in time on YouTube, you can go find them on Steam Chest.
And although we've made many, many jokes about Twitter, you can look for us at TX Steam Connect 1
Oh,
on Twitter.
I never use it. I never look at it. I don't know. I don't understand Twitter. Yeah, so once again, thank you very much. And until next time, mind your gauges.
Gauges.